I said Kyrie Irving is the scorer that everyone, the world, thinks of Kevin Durant. And what I meant by that was, like, there are some things at times that you can do to Kevin to make it a little tougher on him. Why? Because he's 7 feet and he handles the ball a lot. And if, there's times where, because he's 7 feet, if you time it right, you can pressure up and press up into Kevin and make things a little bit tougher. Kyrie Irving, you can't do anything to make it hard on him. You can't make the game tough for Kyrie. He's one of the best 3-point shooters. He's got one of the best mid-rangers, arguably, if not the best. He's arguably the best finisher in the NBA. Kyrie can also switch and shoot a mid-range jump shot with his left hand. If you get him in a bad way in the air, he can actually just shoot it with, there's actually nothing you can do to stop Kyrie from scoring. I saw Damian Lillard Dame Dollar tweet, Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player in NBA history. And quite frankly, I'm not sure who can argue against that.
At a point in time, Kyrie Irving and James Harden, to me, were the most unguardable one-on-one players in the league. From about 2017, 2019, James Harden was incredibly unguardable. You couldn't guard him. You know what I mean? He would either step back, get a 3 on you, he could drive in, and it made it really hard to guard him. But also Kyrie Irving had everything in his bag to be unguardable. And Damian Lillard came out and he said he's the most skilled player ever. Right? This is Damian Lillard. This is a guy that's been compared to both Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving in terms of shooting with Steph Curry and in terms of handling and being a point guard with Kyrie Irving. So for him to come out and say that just adds validity to it. Kyrie Irving can create the shiftiest shots. He looks like he has the ball on a yo-yo. He's shifting between two guys. The way he finishes, he'll finish left, he'll finish right, he'll finish backwards. Did you guys see that finish he had over Victor Wembanyama when he went around Victor Wembanyama and then he put the ball behind him and it went over Wembanyama? It was just whoa, what is that, right? He'll acrobatic finishing, he'll shifty, he'll go right through guys and it's mind-blowing stuff. It's very, very fun to watch. He's also an incredible shooter, one of the best shooting guards in the league. Whether it's free throw shooting, whether it is 3-point shooting, you name it, Kyrie Irving can bang with the rest of them, right? In the 2016 finals, when he was going up against Steph, in those 2 years that he played against him, in 2016 and 2017, yeah, Kyrie Irving could shoot, create his own shot in the finals. Both Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith said at the time, playing with him, LeBron James could go to the bench and Kyrie Irving would just cook. And you would forget for a second that LeBron was on the team. And you would just see him cook any player that was trying to stay in front of him. Klay Thompson had a tough time. Klay Thompson was one of the best two-way guards during those finals. He had a tough time having the assignment of Kyrie Irving, because Kyrie Irving had a bag that was deep that he could reach into. You need him to go left, he can do it. You need him to pull up from here, he can do it. You need him to do anything he was able to do. He could create his own shot, create shots for other players. He could get to the rack, and we were just thankful Kyrie Irving isn't 6'6". They said the same thing about Allen Iverson, that, hey, you guys are lucky that he isn't 6'6". I say, listen, you're lucky Kyrie Irving isn't 6'6". He's got one of the deepest bags we've ever seen in the NBA. I was watching an interview with Allen Iverson, and even he said, listen, I had no left hand. And this is taking me back to this whole we done with the 90s, we done with the 80s trend that has gone on for the past 2 weeks. And you look at players of old and you compare their skill levels to players of now, and Allen Iverson was saying, listen, when I jabbed and crossed over Michael Jordan, I don't even know how that worked, because to me, I knew I had no left hand. Anytime, and he said, if you go back and you watch those videos, anytime I went to my left hand, it would be for a brief moment, then switch back. So whenever I was making a crossover from my left hand to my right hand. I don't know how those guys were falling for it, because every single time I had no left hand. I could only go left. But the way he sold it is what got the defenders. He would sell it so well, and he would get them all the time. And I compare and contrast that to Kyrie Irving. I'm like, that's not the case. When a Kyrie Irving hesitates like he's going to the left, he's as much of a threat as when he hesitates like he's going to go to the right. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know where he's going to be. You don't know how he's going to get there, because his bag is that deep, right? His bag is just that deep. And other players like Allen Iverson, who he's been compared to, or other people have compared him to, I think he's miles ahead of Allen Iverson. I don't mean that to be disrespectful to Allen Iverson, but I think that's just the case. I think that's just the evolution of the game. But yes, guys, those are just my thoughts on Kyrie Irving. If you like this kind of content, then hit the subscribe button, leave a like. I'm going to really appreciate that. It's going to help me out in the algorithm. And aside from that, thank you guys for watching.